I've been tracking my new neighbor's routine for 3 weeks, but yesterday I realized he's been tracking mine for months. It started when I moved into this cheap basement apartment on the edge of town. My neighbor, Mr. Henderson, seemed like a nice enough guy, an older man who spent his days gardening and his nights sitting on his porch, staring at the street. He'd always wave, a polite, thin smile plastered on his face, but the wave always felt a second too late, and the smile never reached his eyes. I started noticing weird things. If I came home late, he'd be standing by his window, watching my front door. If I left for a run, he'd be out on his lawn, clipping the same bush over and over again until I disappeared around the corner. I thought he was just lonely. Then, I found the notebook. I was cleaning out my storage unit when I found a discarded stack of papers that looked like they belonged to a previous tenant. It was a handwritten log of my apartment's activity. Dates, times, the sound of my alarm. The exact moment I turned my lights off, it went back 3 years. And the last page was dated yesterday, with a note in shaky handwriting. The new one is finally acting like the others. It's almost time to invite him over for dinner. My blood turned to ice. I packed a bag, ready to bolt. But then I heard a rhythmic thump-thump-thump against my bedroom wall, the wall that connected my unit to his. I pressed my ear against it, holding my breath. "I know you found it," a voice whispered through the drywall. It wasn't Mr. Henderson's voice. It was mine. I stumbled back, my heart slamming against my ribs like a trapped bird. My own voice started laughing, a cold, distorted sound that seemed to vibrate through the entire room. "You shouldn't have gone in the storage unit, Leo. That wasn't for you." I grabbed my keys and sprinted toward my front door, but the handle wouldn't turn. It was locked from the outside. I scrambled to the window, pulling back the curtain, expecting to see the street. There was no street. There was no night sky. Outside my window was just a solid, painted wall of dark wood. I turned around, and standing in the center of my living room was Mr. Henderson. He wasn't smiling anymore. He was holding a handheld mirror. And when he turned it toward me, I didn't see my own reflection. I saw the empty, rotting face of a corpse. "Don't worry," he rasped, stepping closer. "You've been dead for years, Leo. I'm just the one who has to keep pretending that you're still alive." I looked down at my hands and realized for the first time that I couldn't feel the keys in my grip. I couldn't feel the floor beneath my feet. And as he reached out to pull me back into the wall, I realized the log wasn't about neighbors, it was about the maintenance of my ghost.